by now I'm sure you're aware of the fact that in Cyprus, banks have closed. They put limitations on the amount of withdrawals that people can have, and they're actually confiscating money out of people's accounts and calling it a haircut. And in a reaction to that, the Dollar Vigilante reports that the world's first bitcoin ATM is being announced in Cyprus. He says, while European politicos negotiate in Brussels, deciding the fate of other people's money in Cyprus, the free market has already moved to help Cypriots get access to their money via other means. Banks have been closed for the last week in Cyprus, and if they do reopen on Tuesday, it's now been announced that daily withdrawal limits at ATMs will be 100 euros per day. Bitcoin has announced that it is their intention to put the company in the right position to open its very first ATM in Cyprus. If we did this now, and we are moving quickly to make this so, we would be the only functioning ATM on the island. Now, what we're seeing here is a clear example of what's been called Gresham's Law. And to summarize that, it's good money drives bad money out of circulation. This is a real challenge to the central banks, to the printing of money, to the confiscating money out of people's bank accounts. People no longer feel that they can trust the Federal Reserve, that they can trust the European banks. And so Bitcoin is basically stepping into the gap here. You've got Bitcoin, you've got gold, you've got other things. It's not really clear what the money standard is going to be. Everybody is questioning the current order, and it looks as if it's a bubble that's ready to burst. But this article brings out 4 interesting points. He says when you're looking for money, you look at durability, you look at portability, you look at fungibility, and you look at intrinsic value. He says that Bitcoin exists on the networks of users, and there's no singular switch that can turn Bitcoin off as far as durability goes. As far as portability, you can take it across borders without declaring it. All you need is a passcode that you understand, and you can have a flash drive, perhaps. And as far as fungibility goes, it is divisible up to 8 decimal places. It's going to be limited to 21 million Bitcoins worldwide. And as more and more people get into the system, they would divide that down farther and farther. And then he talks about intrinsic value. And in that, what he's talking about is the idea of privacy. We've already seen governments try to register, I believe it was here in Houston, try to get records of people who are buying and selling gold. So it's something to think about, because it's yet another way, as opposed to something that is physical like gold or cash, it is yet another way to store your money. And of course, the question is, it's a very complicated structure that they've created here with Bitcoin. I'm not recommending that you do it. We're not recommending that you do it, but we're saying it's something you can take a look at. And these are all questions that, regardless of what the monetary standard is going to be that's eventually going to come around, we're going to be looking for honest money. People are looking for good, honest money. And if Bitcoin or somebody else can provide that, there's going to be a mass exodus to it.